So we'll do some lower back stuff today, definitely. Just kind of stretch things out and make it more comfortable, especially winter time. You tend to like curl over, hug everything in, and everything gets tight. So we'll loosen all of that up today. Do we have a block? Does everyone have a block? And if you don't have a block, you can find something else that will support you in balance. So something like maybe even a hardcover book or a shoebox, a water bottle, a fire log. I've used a torch before and that worked. You know, really anything. Get creative. Good. Perfect. Please excuse my kitty cat in the background. He's just woken up for a nap, so he's going to be a little bit difficult, but it's okay. We'll persevere. And then we'll get started doing some yoga, shall we? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and put you all on mute. That's just so you can be as loud as you want at home. You can cough, you can yawn, you can sneeze. No one's going to hear you. So just be comfortable in your own space. Maybe come to the middle of your mat. We're actually going to start lying down. So go ahead and lie down. We may have a late joiner in this class, so just excuse me if I come up to the screen and let her in. But we'll get going otherwise. So come to the middle of the mat, get comfortable, lie down, and wiggle yourself around a little bit until you can find that really comfortable spot. So maybe you want to walk your shoulder blades together so they kind of touch. Maybe you want to walk your hips more towards the top of the mat. Try and get some length in your spine. You can rest your legs out long and let your feet flop open. However, I'd recommend bending your knees, walking the feet as wide as the mat, and let the knees gently drift in towards one another for a nice sort of release through the SI joint. That's something I recommend if your lower back has been bothering you. But that may not feel right in your body, and if it doesn't, you can change it in any other way. Maybe legs out long, maybe one bent, one straight. Figure out where you need to be, and always, always, always listen to your body more than your yoga teacher. So now that you're there, take a big breath out. Just sigh everything out. Let your body be heavy. And then take a big breath in through the nose. Mouth open, sigh it out. And take that again, slow it down. Big breath in through the nose. Breathe in a little bit more, feel the chest rise. And then exhale, audibly let it out. Good. And then maybe take a couple of wiggles here. So maybe rock your knees from side to side, wiggle your hips again. Maybe turn your head, maybe reshuffle those shoulders. Get extra comfortable. Now that your body has started to arrive into your yoga practice, notice anything you can do to really help yourself just chill. So we're going to take some more of that breath work. So deep breath in through the nose. Audibly let it out, sigh it out. And you can close your eyes if you would like to. Breathe in through the nose, big breath in. This time close the mouth, keep the lips together but sigh it out. And keep that going, breathing in through the nose. Audible exhale, push it out. And keep that going on your own time, in and out. But maybe rest your hands in your belly. And just notice how the lower part of your ribs lift up as you breathe in. Try and push your breath into that part of the body. And when you breathe out, notice how everything starts to settle down more to the ground. And keep that going, breathing in and out. It's okay if it doesn't happen all at once. Our breath tends to sit more into our chest or our throat. Trying to just gradually be more mindful of that lower part of your body. Use your diaphragm to assist your breath a little bit more. And if you're not sure exactly what that means, or we're not there yet, it's okay, be patient, we're just getting started. Try and focus breathing a little bit more into the backs of the ribs that are touching the ground. Take a breath in there. And sigh it out. Good, and just keep that going. As you've been here for a few moments and you started to breathe a little deeper, notice what's happening in your body. maybe what's happening in your mind and your thoughts, where your thoughts go, where your energy goes. Bring it back. Take a big breath in. Focus on the physical sensation of being here. Exhale, soften. Almost let your body be heavy and melt into the ground. Keep that going. Breathing in and calming yourself down. Big breath out. And again, it's probably not going to happen all at once. That's okay. You're going to get distracted. Your thoughts are going to go other places. When that happens, be forgiving of yourself. But just use your breath to bring your concentration back into where you are physically right now. And now start to rock those knees from side to side. You can keep your hands on the belly, or you can open your arms out to a T shape or cactus the arms, whatever feels better in your system. And just gently start to let those rocks build a little bit more side to side. Maybe you can let your knees really reach as you twist to one side, and let the knees reach even more the other direction. Try and keep your shoulder blades anchored in the ground so the upper body is really staying where it needs to be. So those shoulders don't move, those arms don't really move, but that lower body really does start to twist from side to side. And maybe turn your eyes the opposite direction to the knees and pause on one side. Reach those knees away from you. Almost imagine you've got strings attached to the knees and they're really reaching to one side. Keep those shoulders down, turn the head, and then squeeze the tummy and pick the knees up and gently take it the other direction. So let those knees reach away from you. Imagine those strings attached to the knees, reaching. Turn the head the other way and then squeeze the tummy and bring it back to the middle. Nice. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a gentle rock from side to side. And notice initially in this position where your body starts to resist. So maybe it's in the lower back, maybe it's in the hips, the shoulders, wherever it is. Gently sway into it. Gently breathe. Nice. And bring the hands behind the backs of your knees. Good. And gently just point the feet, flex the feet, maybe start to rotate the ankles. If you'd like to, you can start to semi-extend the legs. Don't worry about going too far yet. We're just warming up, so you don't have to straighten those legs. Just start to get some movement into all those little joints in the feet. So see if you can rotate those ankles, maybe in unison, in different directions. Maybe draw figure eights, opposite directions. Really just start to wiggle those feet around, good. And then separate those toes. And then hug them together. Ooh, try that again. Spread those toes wide apart. Do a little toe wave. And then hug it all in. Chest comes to knees, knees come to chest. And rock it side to side. Nice. We're going to take a figure four shape now. So let the right foot come to the ground. Pick that left foot up again. Point the foot, flex the foot, and then bend the knee, externally rotate that leg, and let the left ankle rest on top of that right thigh, more towards the knee than the hip. Good. Now bring your hands to your hips and figure out where your hips have gone. So the left hip probably wants to dip. Try and bring it up. Get your pelvis balanced. So those bony, sticky out bits of that pelvis, those hips, are level with one another. Nice. Now maybe open the arms out to a T shape and let the legs just drift from side to side here. Go a little slower than you intuitively want to. And just notice where the stretch evolves as you let the legs rock from side to side. And again, you can turn the head in opposite directions. Give yourself a little wiggle with it, and then bring it back to center. Again, balance those hips. Nice. So you have an option to stay here. If this feels good, stay here. Enjoy it. Maybe encourage that right knee out and away from you. If you would like to, you can pick your head up, pick the right foot up, maybe grab onto that right thigh, flex the feet, and lower the head back down. Ooh, give yourself a little stretch there. But if that's too much, you can keep the foot on the ground. It's going to be good wherever you're at. Take a big breath in. Long exhale. One more breath cycle. Breathe into the lower part of the ribs. Try and push the ribs into the ground as you breathe in. Exhale, release the foot down, uncross the legs, give them another sway from side to side. We're going to get to some dynamic bridges here. So if you're wearing socks, I encourage you to take them off now. I know it's a little chilly, but we're really going to start to warm things up in a moment. And your feet will be grateful that they can grip the ground a little bit better. So socks off, knees bent, feet on the ground, wiggle those toes around. Try and pick the toes up off the ground, spread them wide apart, and let them grip the ground. Good, feeling the mat underneath your feet. Try and keep equal weight through right and left foot. Again, find those hip bones, keep them level. Hands by the sides, bring your gaze up, take a big breath in, and sigh it out, exhale. Nice, now push your heels into the ground. As you do so, let your hips tilt up, squeeze your bum, and gently pick your hips up off the ground. Keep squeezing that bum, keep squeezing it, ooh. And then exhale, lower it down. Nice, gentle movements. We're gonna take that a few more times. So, start with a breath in, clear everything out, exhale. Good, breathe into the backs of the ribs, big breath in, push the heels into the ground, let the hips start to reach up, equal weight through right and left foot, squeeze your booty, get those hips a little higher, and then exhale, lower it down, keep it going, nice, big breath in, and then exhale, push the heels down, hips reach up, maybe reach the hands up as well, reach the fingers towards the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down with the hips. Good, take that a couple more times. Heels down, hands up, breathe in, reach it up, Try and get those hips a little higher, maybe reach the hands back behind you to the wall behind you. Exhale, fan it down. We're gonna take it one more time. Use your breath to guide you. Big breath in. Exhale, push the feet into the ground. Pick your hips up higher. Maybe hands reach up. Try and shift the weight into your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Exhale, lower it down. Nice. Hands by your sides or to a T shape or a cactus shape. Let those legs sway side to side. Let it feel good. Nice. We're going to take a figure four shape on the opposite side. So left foot sturdy into the ground. Try and push the backs of the ribs into the ground. Pick the right foot up. Flex the foot, point the foot. Good. Give it a little wiggle. And then draw a figure four shape here. So flexing that right foot, letting the ankle rest on top of the right thigh, more towards the knee than the hip. And let that right knee open up. Good. Again, find your hip bones. Try and make them level. And keeping those arms in that T shape or cactus shape, gently let the legs sway from side to side. And it's okay if it feels different on this side than it did on the other. It's okay to not be perfectly symmetrical all of the time. It's usually just a good sign that you're a human being. So take it as a reassurance. Good. Bring it back to the center. Nice, and then you're welcome to stay here, keeping those hips level, that right knee reaching out away from you. If you need a deeper stretch, maybe you pick the head up, maybe you pick the foot up, reach for the left thigh, see if you can hold it, and gently relax the head to the ground, keeping your feet active and flexed. Again, breathe into the lower part of the ribs, big breath in. Exhale it out. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out, release the legs, uncross the legs, give them a little sway from side to side, and then bring yourself up on all fours into a tabletop position. Good, so when you get into that tabletop, check your foundation, spread your fingers a little bit wider apart, knees underneath the hips. Toes can be tucked or untucked, it's up to you. And start to take a few cat-cow movements here. Really start to enjoy that movement throughout the spine. Almost imagine each vertebrae articulating with one another as you just start to wave some simple movement, flexion and extension through your body. Nice. Maybe on those cow pose, you let the belly really reach low and hang out. Let the chest reach the ground, let those shoulders retract, maybe looking forward. And when you exhale, push the hands into the ground, lift up between the shoulders, scoop those hips in underneath you. And keep that going a few more times. Gradually let that range of motion build as you start to lubricate those joints with a bit of movement. And you can rock your hips from side to side if maybe it feels better in your body that direction. Maybe you can draw circles over your wrists if that's where you want to move, changing that direction each rotation. Maybe you do something else entirely because that's what your body needs. You know what? It's your yoga practice. Make sure it's working for you rather than against you, and let all those movements just start to feel really good. So really take some liberty here in these cat-cows to start to move in a way that really starts to make everything come together, getting rid of those cobwebs in your muscles, whatever it is. We're going to take a wide-legged child's pose here. So knees wide apart, toes together. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Reach your hands forward and let your chest drift down to the ground. Take a big breath in. Let your body be heavy. Breathe out. Nice. Push the hands into the ground. Pick yourself up again. Let those toes come wide apart, maybe off of the mat. Let the hips sink towards the ground, but not quite touch. Squeeze the belly in. Push the hands into the ground. Lift the chest up, and then take it back to a tabletop. And take a little yogi freestyle here to throw in whatever little movement you want to, wherever you need to feel it more, in the hips, in the back, in the shoulders. And then we're gently going to bring it to a downward dog. So tucking your toes, push the palms into the ground, squeeze the belly in, pick the knees up, send the hips back and up, and give it a little tail wiggle. Happy downward dog. Nice. Remember to bend those knees, especially as we start. Squeeze the belly in. And almost imagine picking yourself up from your hips so they're reaching back and up behind you. Take a breath in, look forward, gently tippy-toe to the top of the mat. Find yourself in a standing forward fold. And relax. And really focus on trying to let go through the lower back here. So let the upper body be heavy and melt forward. But if it's too much on your back and isn't feeling right, grab that block and try and lift your spine a little bit more so you're reducing the curve through the lower back. But if you feel comfortable folding here, go ahead and let go, let gravity do some work. Good. Now gently, gently start to walk the hands up the legs till you come to the shins, the knees, or the thighs. Halfway lift, big breath in, squeeze the belly in, try and make your spine nice and straight, retract your shoulders, good. Take another breath in, look forward. Exhale, fold it down. Push the heels into the ground, reach the hands up, big breath in, come up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Nice, squeeze the belly in. Inhale, reach those arms up, expansive breath in. Exhale, take the hands to prayer. Good. Keep the hips facing forward, squeeze the belly in, gently twist to one side. It doesn't matter which, we're going to do both. But notice when you twist, how does your pelvis move? Try and keep your pelvis forward so the twist just happens in your upper body. And then gently bring it back to center. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist the opposite way, keeping those hips forward. Good. Inhale, arms reach up, big breath in. Exhale, take it to prayer and fold it down. Keep a straight spine as you fold down. Good, hinging at the hips, beautiful. Fingers to shins, knees or thighs, halfway lift. Squeeze that belly in, retract the shoulders. Exhale, fold it down, hands go flat on the ground. Step the right foot back behind you, you've got it. Push those hands into the ground, step the left foot back behind you. High plank, how did we get here? Nice, lower down to the knees, untuck the toes, send it back to a child's pose, knees together, hips reach back, and exhale out. Nice. Walk the hands off of the mat towards the right. So both hands off the mat, if that feels comfortable, maybe just one if the extension is a little bit too much. But just try and reach those hands away from you. Send your hips back and breathe. Get a lovely stretch through the left side of the body. And almost try and reach your left hip back and away from you to get that stretch all the way from the pinky finger along the outside edge of the left arm, through the armpit, down to that left hip, maybe even in the back, and sigh it out. Pick those hands up and slide them over to the left side now. Reach those hands off of your mat. Send your hips back. Try and keep your shoulders level with one another and breathe. Good. With each inhale, see if you can inch those finger pads just a little bit further away from you. With each exhale, try and draw those hips back just a little more. And then gently bring it back to the middle. Guide yourself up to a tabletop and throw in a loving cat-cow, really visualizing that movement through your spine, letting everything feel good and alive. Nice. Okay, if you've got a block, now is a nice time to grab it and place it between your thighs. If you don't have a block and you're using another prop and it works between your thighs, you can go ahead and do that. If the prop you've got isn't quite working, grab a cushion or something like that. Place it between those thighs and bring yourself back to a tabletop, holding onto your tool between those legs. Good, now tuck your toes. Focus first on your hands. Push the hands into the ground. Squeeze the tummy in. Try and keep equal weight through both hands and push a little bit more into the pointer finger knuckle. Try and keep your spine nice and straight and pick your knees up off the ground just an inch and squeeze that block or whatever you've got. Good. Push down with those hands, squeeze the belly in, swing those knees to one side, pivoting on the ball of the foot. Nice, you've got it. And then bring those knees back down. Slowly swing the other way. Nice twist through those QL muscles in the lower back and bring it back down to the ground. Whew. And release that block. Nice. Give yourself another cat-cow. Can't get enough of that movement. So good for spinal health. Nice. And now we're going to gently tuck the right toes, send that right foot back behind you, give it a little wiggle, and then exhale, bend the knee, draw the knee up the middle, push the hands into the ground, lift up between the shoulders, and step that right foot forward, maybe even pick it up, inch those toes forward, get that foot inside of the right hand. Good. Now try and reach that right hip back a little. Push down with the right heel. Both arms reach up. Big breath in. Exhale, take it to prayer. Nice work. Good. Focus on your balance here, keeping both hips facing forward. Push down with that right heel a little bit more and relax your shoulders. Good. Gently breathe in, lift the chest. Exhale, twist to the right. Nice job. Good. Keep pushing down with that front foot. Try and keep your pelvis steady. And then open the arms out wide apart. Yes, you've got this. Good. Flip the front hand. Exalt it. Left arm reaches up. Right arm just gently dangles down behind you. Big breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, turn the chest forward. Both hands reach up high to the sky. Nice job. Keep pushing down with that front foot. Exhale, bring it to prayer. Good job. Make sure you're getting a hip flexor stretch here by squeezing those bum cheeks together, bringing those hips in underneath you. Good. Maybe interlace your fingers, flip the hands, and reach them up above the head. You've got it. Squeeze the belly in, push down with that front foot. Inhale, pump the arms up. Exhale, lean over to the right. Big stretch to the left side of the body there. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Now you have a few options. You can stay here. Good. If you really want to, you can tuck the back toes, Maybe pick the back knee up. Whew, maybe. Welcome those wobbles. You're also fine to stay down where you are. Wherever you are, pump those arms up. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the ground. Nice job. Good. If that back knee isn't lifted, go ahead and pick it up now. And then jump that left foot in. Maybe pick it up to the sky. Give it a little wiggle. Squeeze your belly in. Reach that leg up. And then standing forward fold. Exhale. Give yourself a little sway from side to side. Nice job. Fingers to shins. Halfway lift. Lift your chest up. Retract those shoulders. Exhale. Fold it down. Push down with your heels. Arms reach up. Big breath in. And exhale, take it to prayer. Whew, nice. Open your arms out wide apart. Good. And really try and open your chest. Get some more space between the collarbones, but squeeze the belly in. So when we open like this, there's a tendency to thrust the hips forward, reach the shoulders back. Try instead to keep yourself aligned, meaning the rib cage balanced over the hips, tummy pulling in, but chest reaching up and lifting back. Good. Now exhale, give yourself a hug. Gently bend the knees. Grab onto shoulders. Nice. Notice where those elbows go. Try and lift the elbows up a little bit more. And as you sit down, notice where the hips go. So if they're sticking out like Beyonce, try and pull it in for now. Or if they're pulling forward underneath you, get a little confident. Stick it out a bit more. Again, ideally keeping that pelvic bowl aligned underneath the rib cage. Good. And then inhale, stand up, glide those arms up, hold onto the elbows above the head. Whew, nice job. Push the heels into the ground. Inhale, reach the elbows up. Exhale, lean to one side. Nice job. Inhale up, use your breath to focus your thoughts. Exhale, opposite lean. Nice job. Inhale, arms reach up. And fold it forward, exhale. Whew. Go ahead and grab your block. Good. Have your block underneath your hands. And we're going to use it just for balancing support, not for too much weight bearing. Shifting the weight into the left foot, slide your right foot back behind you. And then gently we're going to turn to the right side of the mat so all 10 toes point right. Legs are like an upside down V shape. And just fold forward. So try and reach your hips behind you a little bit more and gently fold down into it. You can use the block or hands on the ground, whatever works better for you. Try and balance your weight a little more into your heels so you're not balancing on the balls of the feet. Nice. And just relax here for a moment. This can be a big stretch, so I know relaxation is a large ask, but really try and focus your breath. Encourage your muscles to open up. This is such a good stretch for those winter months when everything gets a little tight, particularly in those hamstrings, which can affect the lower back. So maybe walk the hands over to one side, give yourself a little stretch. The hand that's on the inside, reach it out a little bit more to get that stretch up through the QL and the lower back. And then walk those hands towards the opposite foot. Again, the hand that's on the inside, reach it further out to get that stretch through the lower back. Try and keep the pelvis level. So notice if one hip wants to go higher than the other. Level it out and bring the hands back to the middle or to the block. Turn the feet to the top of the mat again and step it forward, standing forward fold. Whew, nice. Fingers to shins, halfway lift, retract the shoulders, squeeze the belly in. Exhale, hands go flat on the ground. Nice. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Give it a wiggle. Keep those hands flat on the ground. Step the left foot back. Whew. Nice. Lower down to your knees. And you can either take yourself to a tabletop and then a child's pose, or elbows in, lower down to the ground. Nice. So either a child's pose now or on your belly. If you're on your belly, we're going to take it to a cobra pose. So you can open those legs out wide apart. Good. Elbows reach back. Try and lift the head up, but reach the head forward towards the wall in front of you, and then focus on a lift up. Good, nice. Push the ground away. Everyone comes together in a child's pose. Knees together, hips reach back, sigh it out. Nice. And you can stay here. You can walk your hands from side to side again if you would like to. Getting a nice stretch through those lats, all the way down to the hips. And then we gently bring it up again, tabletop. There's always room for a cat-cow if you fancy. And then find yourself nice and strong and sturdy. So spread your weight across your hands. Equal weight through top half and lower half of the body as you tuck your left toes. Keep your hips level, but extend that left foot back. Maybe pick it up. Good. And then take a big breath into that heel. Reach it up. Big inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, draw the knee up the middle of the body, lift between the shoulders and step the foot forward. Nice. Maybe pick that foot up, place it inside of the left hand. Whatever you've got to do, inch those toes, make them work. Get the foot forward. Nice. Now push them to the heel. Hands reach up, big breath in. And exhale, take it to prayer. Nice. Focus in on your breath. Build your foundation. So check that that front heel is underneath the left knee. And bring those hips in underneath you. Try and shorten the distance between your pubic bone and your belly button. Really try and pull that in. Good. Hands together at prayer. Focus your vision. Big inhale. Exhale, gently twist to the left. Really nice twist to kind of get all those muscles through the spine. Working together, open your arms out. Nice. Maybe flip the front hand. Focus on reaching up and let the back hand just dangle behind you. Good. Take another inhale. Exhale here. You've got it. Push down with the front foot. Inhale, both hands reach up. Turn the torso so it faces forward. And bring the hands to prayer again. Nice. Interlace your fingers. And notice the way you interlace. Unthread it and rethread it so the opposite thumb is on top. Good. Yeah, and it's okay to get a little wobbly here. Nice. Now we're going to flip the hands, reach the palms up to the sky, lengthen the arms, almost try and bring the biceps towards your ears. Again, squeeze the belly in, push down with that front foot. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, lean to the left. Nice job. Inhale, reach the arms up. So again, you have an option here. Stay here because this is a lot already. Or tuck the back toes, pick the back knee up. Focus your vision on something steady and still if that's what you're doing. But you're fine down where you were. Whatever works. Big breath in. Exhale, all 10 fingers grace the ground. Nice. Tuck the back toes, pick the back knee up if it's not already lifted. And bounce that back foot forward. Maybe pick that back foot up. Give it a little shake out. And standing forward fold. Breathe out. Again, if that fold is too much on the back, use your block to lift your chest and make your spine a little straighter. Figure out where you need to be and breathe. And then gently come on up. Hands to prayer. Nice work. Give yourself a little wiggle or two. Good job. So we're going to just throw in a little balance here, and then we're going to take it down. So if you've got your block, it's a nice tool to help you balance. You can place it just outside of the front left big toe. Good. And then hands to hips. Good. Engage your belly, squeeze your tummy in. Take a breath out. Reset, calm your thoughts, anchor your mind. Balance happens first in the brain and then in the body. Shift the weight onto your right foot. Let the left heel come up off the ground, but keep those hips level so the movement is in the knee. Good, squeeze the tummy in. Start to shift more weight onto that right foot and pick the left foot up. Oop, flex it. Maybe let those toes find the top of the block. Nice. But you don't have to. You can keep that leg up. You don't need the block. Good. Squeeze the belly in, arms reach up, big breath in. Now exhale, take it to prayer. Good. If your toes are touching the block, try not to put a lot of weight in there. Just use it for proprioceptive awareness. So rather than pushing down, just use it as a place to anchor the foot. Now gently start to twist to the left. So we're getting a nice twist through the body while standing. Ooh, and a little bit of wobbles is a good thing. Try and keep those hips level facing forward so the twist happens through the thoracic spine, the upper body. Good. Maybe open those arms out wide if you're feeling really crazy. Keep that twist. And then maybe reach that leg out long. Whew, but you don't have to do that. And then take it down. Whew, give it a little shake out. Nice job. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take it to prayer. Do that twice more and let it feel really good. Push the heels down. Inhale, reach up. Takes up some space. Big breath in. Exhale, rinse your breath out. Slow it down one time. Inhale, reach around. Big breath in. Top of the breath, top of the stretch. Exhale, hands to center. Nice. Line yourself up so that block is now outside of the right big toe. A little bit in. Good. And you can keep your hands in prayer to hips, wherever feels better to you. Shift the weight over onto the left foot. Right knee bends, hips stay level. Squeeze that belly in. Make your core work to hold you upright. Relax your shoulders. Focus your thoughts just on what you're doing right now. Pick that knee up, flex that foot. Without looking at the block, maybe let the toes find the block. If you're using it, good. Squeeze that belly in. Keep those hips forward, hands to prayer. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Now gently twist to the right. Keep those hips forward, so notice if your lower body wants to twist with you. That's going to make it harder to balance and put more torsion on your knee. Try and keep those hips forward. Lower body stays where it is, upper body twists. Good. Keep that twist in your system. A little bit of wobbling is a good thing. Maybe open those arms out wide apart. It's just an option, not a requirement. And if you lose your balance, smile. It's a good thing. And if you haven't lost your balance yet, maybe try to reach that leg out long in front of you. Yeah, and then give it a shake and come to standing. Nice work, everyone. Give yourself a wiggle. Arms reach up, big breath in. And then exhale, fold it down. Place that block to the side. Good. Fingers to shins, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Squeeze that belly in. Exhale, hands touch down to the ground. Keep the palms flat on the ground. Bend those knees to make that happen. Shift the weight into your right foot. Reach that left foot back. Let the toes find the back of the mat. Keep those hands on the ground. Slide the right foot back. Woo, high plank. Squeeze that belly in. Get those hips just a little higher or lower so they can fit somewhere between the heels and the shoulders. And then lower down to the knees. Untuck the toes. Take it to a child's pose. Hips reach back. Hands reach forward. Sigh it out. Nice work. A lot of twists, lots of balances, a lot of stretching through the back of the body here today. We're just going to take it up to a seated position in the middle of your mat. So you may want to turn your body in your space, whatever works for you, so you can open your legs out wide apart. Now this is going to look different for every person. For some of us, those legs are going to go way far out. For most of us, those legs need to be a little bit narrower, maybe even bent. That's good too, but keep the feet flexed. And notice what happens in your lower back and in your spine. If you find that you're curving and struggling to keep yourself seated up, go ahead and place a cushion, a block, whatever, underneath those hips to help you tilt those hips a little bit further so you can sit up straight. Imagining again that pelvis like a bowl and the rib cage like a lampshade shining into the bowl. So focus a little bit more on the spine. Figure out where you can be so you can sit upright, then worry about the legs. So again, they can be bent and narrow or open out wide. Wherever you are, Flex those feet. Keep those toes reaching up. Good. Inhale, reach those arms up. And exhale, let the right hand drift down and just touch the top of the right leg or the ground, wherever works for you. And reach up a little bit more with the left hand. Keeping those feet flexed, gently start to let that right hand slide down the leg until your torso starts to lean with it. The left hand reaches too, but pay attention to that left hand. Maybe it wants to reach forward in front of you. Try instead to keep it lifted, bicep in line with the ear even. By bringing that arm a little further back, we're going to get more into the lat, more into those QL muscles in the back of the lower body. Try and keep that left hip pushing into the ground and breathe here. And focus less about what it looks like, more about what it feels like. Maybe bend the arm, hand can touch the back of the neck, elbow reaches up if that's a little bit better for you. Take a big breath in, turn the gaze up, and exhale, let the elbow point down to the ground, and then release the hand. So now you have a hand either side of that right leg, and relax. Whew. Bring yourself back up. Whew, and give yourself a little wiggle. That can be a deep, deep stretch for those QL muscles in the lower back. That's usually what we need to get into to loosen all those things up. One more side to go, and then we're going to bring it down. So remember to keep those feet flexed, arms reach up, big breath in. Exhale, let the left hand gently find the left leg. Lift up a little bit more, get some space between each vertebrae, and then slide that left arm away from you. Good, reach with it. Only go as far as feels right in your body. So if you find you can't breathe, you've gone too far, bring it back a little. Figure out where you need to be, squeeze the belly in, maybe even try and turn your torso. So maybe you can just find the ceiling out of the corner of that right eye. Yeah, you got it. Keep breathing. Keep both seat bones pushing into the ground. You've got it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Maybe bend the arm. Elbow points up to the sky. Nice. One more inhale. Look up. Exhale. Bring the elbows together. Squeeze the tummy in. And then release the hands. So one hand either side of that left leg. Pause and relax here. Really try and let go. Breathe into wherever you feel it. So again, that may be the lower back, but it may be the inside of the legs. Wherever it is, it's okay. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And bring yourself back up. Ooh, shrug those shoulders. This is the really good part. Hands underneath the knees. Use those arms to bend the legs. Close them up in towards one another. Ooh, wrap those arms around those legs. And melt into it. Maybe try and relax the back of the neck a little bit more. Let the head rest down towards the tops of the knees. Good. You are so nearly there. So from wherever you are right now, if you're sitting on a block, go ahead and slide it out. Release the arms, reach them forward, squeeze the tummy in, and slowly lower yourself down to the ground. Ooh, see if you can lower vertebrae by vertebrae, a little bit of bonus core work, or just slow down the fall. We're going to take one bridge pose and then bring it home. So again, bringing the feet close towards the bum, feet are hip-width distance apart, toes face forward. Hands by the side, maybe nestle those shoulder blades towards one another. Push the heels into the ground, breathe in. Exhale, start to pick your hips up, squeeze the belly and keep looking up to the sky. Maybe pick those hips up a little higher than you did at the start. Good, and you're welcome to pick the arms up, reach the hands back behind you as well if you want to, but you don't have to. And then exhale, fan it all down. Release the legs out straight in front of you. Let the feet flop open. Nestle those shoulder blades in. Palms by your sides, facing up. Shavasana. You know what? If this isn't quite the right Shavasana for you, you can rebend those legs. Feet walk out as wide as the mat. Knees drift in towards one another. Again, that can be a nice release through the SI joint. the back of the body, wherever you need to be to feel comfortable and relaxed. Guide yourself there. And then sigh it out. Because you've made it to the best bit of any yoga class. Not just the end, the Shavasana. So this is the space, this is the time where it all comes together. All that work you've done, all those ups and downs, those in-betweens, are all part of the journey to bring you here. A place where you can let go a little bit more. Sigh it out. Let the body reset. Let the mind focus. Focusing first on this physical layer of being, letting the body mellow out, the muscles relax, the organs settle. Focusing next on your breath. Allowing your breath to gradually reset. To gradually settle and slow. Gradually returning to that unconscious state. Simply just being. Bring your awareness to your thoughts. Try to observe those thoughts first without judgment. And then focus them. On that positive thought, a mantra, or your simple state of being aware of your body and your breath. Experience what it feels like to be still. Let everything relax. And give it time for that sensation to evolve. Maybe feel a little more comfortable. For a moment, just focus in on your inner wisdom. That positive thing you need to tell yourself, that you deep down know, not the place of criticism or judgment, but of kindness and understanding. And then dig a little deeper still, find a sense of joy that comes from within. Start to let that shine outwards. Keep your eyes closed, but perhaps start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Get some gentle movement back into your body, maybe swaying the legs from side to side or turning the head. Don't overthink it, just let that movement start to grow and wake you up, reaching around in all directions. And then gently guide yourself up to a seated position. Take your time to get there, maybe rolling over onto one side first, then pushing the ground away, but try to keep your eyes closed as you go. And allow yourself to come to a seated shape, whatever that is, however that is, it's a good one. And just pause for a moment, reflect on your practice. And then choose to take something about your yoga practice with you off of your mat and into the rest of your evening, your week, whatever it is. Bring those hands together, thumbs to forehead. Namaste.